do artists do when they're sad? What does an artist do when they're angry? What does an artist do when they feel misunderstood by the world? What does an artist do to survive? They create. It's essential to your well-being. It's essential to survival. It's like we have to get whatever's inside of us out. And we're conditioned by society a lot of times to just be in this fast-paced workaholism mode. If you're not doing something at all times, you're considered lazy. And we've been programmed like this in our entire lives. But yet the majority of the population wonders why people are getting sick, why younger people are getting sick. It's because our cortisol levels are high. It's because we're stressed out. It's because we're told that we constantly should be doing. It's because we're told by social media, we're portrayed this picture of what our life should look like when it's not even the reality. There's so many people who get online and fake who they are and what they say, and they cover up parts of their lives to make it look more aesthetically pleasing. Hollywood's fake. There's a lot of plastic surgery. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole today. We're talking about creating. The reason why we're given these visions is because it's a gift from something higher than ourselves. And I've been trying to figure out how I feel about all of this since I quit my corporate job. Because I didn't expect things to be sunshine and rainbows, but this journey's been hard. And I think it's especially hard because I'm an artist. A lot of times we create these amazing pieces because it's what's locked inside of us. We see things that the majority of the population doesn't because we're observant beings. We see things as they are. It's not that we're better than anyone else. It's just that we have the gift to paying attention to small detail. And as much as that's a blessing, it can feel like a curse a lot of times. I've been trying to figure out how to navigate this really weird part of my life. And I couldn't figure out what I needed to change. And for several months, especially this last week, I've really been having conversations with God. He's been very silent in my life, and I keep asking him, what should I do? What's next? And the funny thing is, all I hear is he wants me to rest. Be productive, but also allow myself to rest. And there's this voice inside of my mind that says I should be doing all of these things because I'm not making enough money. What if this? What if that? And if I would just practice living more in the present, I wouldn't be struggling with this anger that's inside of me. And I've been talking to God about, like, what's next? What do you want me to do, man? Because I tried applying for a job. I'm overqualified, apparently. None of them spark my interest. There's this part of my soul that wants to stand up for me and be like, no, you've tried that already. It doesn't work for you. Why would you go back? You know? Fighting that, and where am I being delusional, and where do I need to draw the line of when I do make a leap? Where do I suck it up again? The fact of the matter is that life is short, and I don't know how to navigate this part of my life, so I think the best thing that I can do is create. The most important thing that I can do right now is get off of my phone, which I've done for the past day and a half, and I've just sat in silence. What do I need? We have to ask ourselves that, not in an egotistical, selfish manner, but what do I need in this moment in time? Sure as hell isn't more pressure on ourselves. That doesn't work. That doesn't help. I wish I had an answer on how to navigate hard times in our lives. The only thing that I've ever came to the conclusion on in this part of like these phases of life is riding the wave and surrendering control, which is something that I really struggle with. Let people show you who they are. Let them treat you how they're going to treat you. It's a time in my life where I'm being tested. God is testing my patience. There's been several people from my past that have tried crawling back, and I've been hitting the roadblock. It's like, you showed me who you were the first time. I'm good, you know? And it sounds mean, but after years of letting people wipe their feet on me like I'm a doormat, I've had enough. It's time to stand up for myself, and it's time to make decisions that are going to shape my future, because no one's going to do the work for me. I don't have all the answers. I don't think I'm meant to. I don't think we're meant to have those in these moments. I think sometimes God will make us, he'll try us so hard and he'll test us so hard we'll end up in fetal position, so we have no other choice but to lean on him. I've been trying to do things in my own strength for a very long time now, and I've just kind of lost my zest for life. And I think that this, as much as it sucks, it's very much necessary for this part of the journey. I'm trying to come to this place of acceptance of it sucks, but this is necessary, because I know that in my soul, even though I fight the current. And you've seen me break down in videos, and you've seen me get defensive, and I want to create a piece, which is what I'm working on right now. I want to create a piece that is based on getting lost in the mix of things, staying on our phones too long. What do we need? Or our cup is overflowing of too much negativity. The first thing because I really sat down and asked myself this, and I was like, well, where do I need to change things? Because obviously what I'm doing isn't working for me right now. And I kept asking God, and I kept asking, and it was so silent. And he gave me a couple of ideas. There's some assets that I have that I could sell. Not assets, but like I could sell some of my stuff that I'm not using. Things that I need to let go of before new can enter into my life. These are all things that I know subconsciously. And he also brought to my attention my social media consumption, because I get lost in the scroll sometimes. And I heard if you would pull your energy back and pour that into the things that you're passionate about, you'd probably be a lot further. And it's a hard pill to swallow, but it's the truth. I'm distracted. And I think a lot of times in these testing periods, as much as I don't want to say this when I'm having a shitty day or I'm really upset or I'm struggling with anger, it comes in taking responsibility for our life. And this is the loneliest journey as a creative. I knew when I quit my 9-to-5 job that things would be difficult, but I didn't think it would get to this point. I know it was a possibility. It's hard. This is the hard that everybody talks about. I know it is. I can feel it in my soul.
nights, a depressing, lonely, reminiscent Friday night turns into a night of hope and sufficiency.
You know, there's a lot of times where I second guess, am I sharing too much? Who do I think I am? You know, I've been making videos for almost 2 years and my growth is very slow. But my initiative with this entire journey was to come on here and be real with everybody. I'm not posting my struggles to get advice or for people to tell me they're proud of me. I don't need any of that. I mean, knowing that I have people that stick by my side and jump on my lives is everything to me. There's people who are very supportive. There's a few of them, but then there's people who try to tell you how to live your life or how to do things. Nobody really knows except you. Sometimes you don't even know, you know? Wow, look at that. That wasn't me, I swear. I want the brain like right here. So it would be 8 inches would be the middle. About right there. It doesn't matter if it's center, I just kind of wanted to know. I don't know if I'm gonna sketch it out because I'm not gonna see it. I could sketch it out with a Sharpie, but that doesn't, we're going for it. If I screw it up, oh well. I tried. But I had to be really honest with myself about like, okay, well, where do I need to make changes? First thing in the morning, I'm not gonna be looking at my phone and scrolling. I don't know how long this is gonna last, but like, I don't know if it's because I came to the realization and God took it away from me. I don't have the desire. I'm drained. My battery is dead. That's why I'm creating this piece. It's based around the mind and the heart and how much overstimulation we have in the life, how many distractions we have. Because even though I'm working very hard, I'm easily distracted. And I think sometimes when God wants to elevate us, He sends us tests. How easily distracted is this person? Can they handle what's to come next? The answer is no. I couldn't have. And I need to take this power back and stick it back inside of myself and really fight back in regards to when it comes to life, you know? I'm not recording all of this for nothing. I'm doing it because this is the journey that a lot of people go through and they don't document it or they sugarcoat it. I ain't here to sugarcoat shit. It's not who I am. Said that from the beginning. And who do I think I am? I think I'm my own person, and I think that everybody has their own gifts. And what I'm sharing with the world is something real, which is what I think a lot of us are missing in this hypothetical fake life, this fake plastic life. These botched faces and implants and all these magazines in our faces telling us what a beauty standard is. There's a lot of things that I think I need to tune out. I need to shut off the noise. It's too fucking loud, you know? And so that's why I'm creating this painting. I don't exactly know what it's gonna look like, and I don't have all the materials that I want, but yeah, I just want to create something that represents my loud mind and how much social media is distracting me. I think a lot of times, I don't care if you believe in God or not, or the devil or whatever, but I think a lot of times the enemy will use anything and everything to distract us. And I'm over it. And I don't know how else to change things other than to shut off the noise and, like, excuse me, really focus on the stuff that's important to create. That's why I quit my job. Why am I not doing that? Because I'm burnt out. I'm spread too thin because I'm constantly on this thing. These things can be handy, but I just feel like there's so many people who lie online, you know? And that's what this painting is about. I want to create this, so just wanted to talk a little bit and share my heart. I don't exactly know how this is gonna turn out. I don't know how this piece is gonna turn out, but I think that that's the beauty of creation, you know? We figure it out in the process. And, you know, the only thing that I can do after being late on my credit card bills is I gotta keep on moving on. Life ain't gonna wait for me. I can't wait for things to get better. God never rewards anyone who stays stagnant. You know, it's kind of like planting a seed, expecting, not watering it and expecting fruit to come from it. So I gotta keep going. I have no other choice but to do that. And I think the best success stories, however you want to deem that, or whatever people want to deem as worthy, is keeping the momentum. And I was losing it for a long time, and I lost my spark, and my sense of humor is slowly coming back, and who I am is slowly coming back, but I'm just been feeling very angry. And so I think I want to take that energy and pour it into this piece about how frustrated and just over it I am with so many things in life, you know what I mean?
You have been taking spiritual steps, either toward God's purpose for your life this week or away from it. And I want to know which one, because I'm nosy. And I want to know, have you been stepping into the true self? When you find yourself discouraged, when you find yourself lonely, when you find yourself tempted, do the thing that you would do. I'm going to have them put that sentence on the screen so we can pick it up and make sure we understand that I'm not trying to sound like Yoda.
meant to create these things because it's what God put us in the first place. A lot of times we share our works with the world because we're afraid of how people are going to view us. Oh, it's childish, you're an artist. Oh, they're painting. Oh, they're playing. That's the meaning of life. The meaning of life is to play, and I think a lot of us forget that. That's why we're stressed out. That's why we're getting sick. I'm guilty of a lot of these things. I know the truth, but I still continue to do the bad habits, you know? Life's about balance, but where do you find it? You know, when you're a black and white person, an all or nothing person, a person that sees everything. There's a lot of things that I think we let leak into our environments. You know, it's kind of like that meme, seeing like a moldy strawberry. You are who you surround yourself with. And this is a very odd time in my life where the leaves are falling off. People are trying to glue themselves back onto my tree, and it's not that I'm better, it's just that I figured out who they were and I don't want them in my life anymore. It's nothing personal. I guess it is personal because it's my life, and I want people that aren't going to compete with me. I want people in my life that are going to support me, that don't feel like they have to buy my friendship. I'm sick of it, you know? So that's what I'm creating. Thanks for listening. Just me here editing from the future. I know I recorded this, I think it was July 14th. Today is July 27th, July-in. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is the end of it. I just to give you guys, I kind of wanted to talk about this real quick before we end things. I don't know how there was eraser shavings on my keyboard, and this stupid light's driving me crazy. We're a little overstimulated, but we're gonna get on with what I'm trying to say here. So I just spent, get off. I just spent the last, I don't know, probably 7 hours. I finished the painting, I put another clear coat on it, I went outside, I took photographs, I edited this video, I posted to social media, I posted to Patreon, I wrote up this thing on this painting, posted to TikTok, YouTube Shorts that obviously doesn't go live until like later on my channel, like middle of August probably, just kind of a rough guesstimate. I screwed up my schedule like 3 times, so I had to rewrite it, so that was kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Posted to TikTok and Instagram, and the lack of response that it's getting from the world is absolutely soul-crushing, but I'm going to continue to make art anyway. I think that's why I wanted to talk about how much time I spent alone just on making the stupid content for, it's not stupid, but it feels stupid when nobody, like, they have the attention span of a squirrel, so this is the frustration that I've been going through, and I said I'd share my journey, and I would really like for something to happen with my art so I can fix this fucking light in my house because it's driving me crazy. But anyway, regardless of the algorithm and stuff like that, I have no control over it whatsoever. It's just kind of the irritating part about being an artist. I'm sure a lot of people can relate with that. So yeah, again, thank you so much for watching this video. If you are a new person, please feel free to subscribe. Really helps the channel. I'm finally monetized on here. I still have yet to film my monetization video. It's on my list of things to do. Kind of got some catching up to do here. We're a little behind, as in I mean me, myself, and I had to make some more inventory this week. So yeah. If you watched till the end, I really appreciate you. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know if you did. Share, comment, like, all the things. Please just do it. It helps so I can get this light fixed. It's driving me crazy. Have a beautiful week, you guys. Bye.